And I talk about the hubris that we were feeling right at the beginning of Iraqi freedom and right at the beginning of the attack into Afghanistan, this sense of overconfidence that leads to terrible mistakes. And it feels like that's happening again. Thank you. I think the way that they were able to get in with such precision and without any sort of meaningful resistance, my assumption is that there was very good intelligence and that there probably was somebody on the inside that was helping to confirm locations, the diagram of the building where they would have to enter. So, a very good intelligence preparation and probably with some help from people on the inside. Well, we don't know that, of course. I mean, frankly, the administration should not be talking as much as they already are about things like this. So I certainly don't know. Well, of course, there never has been a very cohesive, unified Venezuelan government or nation since for many years here. The election of Maduro was, or his ascendancy to power was not legitimate. You have the legitimately recognized winner of the election, Mr. Gonzalez. You have Ms. Machado. You've got lots of opposition parties. And then, of course, you've got criminal activities inside Venezuela. So it's not surprising that there would be resistance or people inside Venezuela who would be happy to see the Maduro regime toppled. What I don't know is was a deal already in place? I mean, when I listened to the president speak yesterday, not only was I appalled at the imperialistic sort of approach, but also the hubris. And clearly, they think they have it stitched up that the U.S. oil companies will just be able to walk in and take over the oil industry. So I don't know who they've been working with inside Venezuela. I'm not impressed so far based on the response of the vice president. Well, honestly, I feel like we are watching an American disaster unfolding before our eyes in slow motion. This is a mistake we've made time and again where we are good at removing somebody from power, but we're not very good at thinking through all the way to the end. What do we want it to look like on the other end, and doing the hard work necessary to ensure some sort of a successful, stable government on the backside of this kind of action. And as I listened to the president yesterday, what I heard was somebody saying that we're going to get oil and we're going to make a lot of money out of it. I mean, this sounds like something from the 18th century. It also sounded like something that could have come from the Kremlin. I was very concerned when I heard the president say he's not scared of boots on the ground. Well, I tell you what, having been boots on the ground in Iraq and Afghanistan myself, it is very difficult if you don't know, if there's not a clearly defined strategic objective where the political and civilian aspects of the whole plan are not well prepared. And that's what this feels like. And I don't know what you tell soldiers, what your mission is, if it's anything more than to go in and protect oil companies, which doesn't sound like an appropriate use of American military power. Of course, I don't know that because we don't know what the mission would be yet, but he didn't say it, but he implied yesterday that he was prepared to send troops in to finish the job or to protect oil companies or things like that. And that's what gives so much concern, is that he cannot clearly articulate exactly what it is they want to do. What's next? I mean, getting rid of Maduro is the easy part. With all credit to the intelligence professionals and the military professionals who did the mission, that's the easy part. What's really difficult is what comes next. And I don't get the feeling that they have really thought through how this is going to happen. And that's what I mean when I talk about the hubris that we were feeling right at the beginning of Iraqi freedom and right at the beginning of the attack into Afghanistan, this sense of overconfidence that leads to terrible mistakes. And it feels like that's happening again. And of course, this is not the only thing. I mean, I think Cuba must know that they are also in this administration's sights. The regime in Cuba will likely collapse without Venezuelan oil. That's why they have 30,000 Cuban operatives inside Venezuela. So this is not the end of it. And I think this administration is living out what they released a few weeks ago in the new national security strategy, where they talk about the Western Hemisphere and being the dominant power in the Western Hemisphere, exactly as Lucia described earlier.